Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. Week 14 is here, and this matchup pits the 9-3 Jacksonville Jaguars and the 7-5 Pittsburgh Steelers. In their loss last week, the Jaguar defense played maybe their worst game of the season. Can they improve enough in a week's time against another very good offense from Pittsburgh? We'll see that offense out first as Brian Anger kicks us underway here in Jacksonville. Antonio Brown fields it deep in the end zone, and they'll start from the 20. They waste no time in spreading out this defense. 1st and 10, here's Big Ben. With time, he throws short and incomplete, looking for Martavis Bryant. The secondary struggled last week, but now they're up against Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, and second-year receiver James Jackson, the 6'4 Blazer. And don't forget that guy in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell's first carry doesn't go for much. He's stopped by Josh Buchanan, and it's quickly 3rd down for Pittsburgh. They need 8. Roethlisberger with time. He looks Martavis Bryant's way, and he makes the reception for a 1st down at the 33-yard line. Remember, this is the Jaguars' 4th game in a row without Nate Bell. And speaking of Bell, there's Le'Veon losing about 4 on the carry as he was knocked back. It's now 3rd down again, needing 9. Roethlisberger puts it up again. It is incomplete. Well defended by Josh Buchanan against perhaps the best receiver in the game. Not bad, the Jaguars get a stop, and here is the offense led by Nataki Mason. He hands off to TJ Yeldon. And the Jaguars did not even have positive rushing yards last week. We'll see how they answer that performance. 3rd and 4 now off the fake. Mason rolling to his right, nowhere to go. He has to get rid of it. And that's a quick 3-and-out for Jacksonville. They'll punt it right back. Pittsburgh begins their second possession with 2 tight ends and a counter. Here's Le'Veon Bell, a lot of room, and stopped by Reggie Nelson after a 20-yard gain. That was a touchdown-saving tackle right there. In the I formation, they go back to Bell, and he's met by Telvin Smith. Great tackle. There are many reasons he received that contract extension. 2nd down and wide open this time. Bell from the flats. He's stopped by Sergio Brown. It's 3rd down and inches. 2 tight ends left, and here is Montrell Sapp, the 2nd-year tailback, and he picks up the 1st down. Steelers now at the Jaguar 40-yard line. 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Downfield now for Antonio Brown. What a catch. Big test today for Josh Buchanan. We'll see if the rookie is up to the task. Antonio Brown over 1,000 yards on the season. And now with good coverage, Ben forced to check it down, and that was terrific zone defense. They force a 3rd and 12. Can they get the stop? Off the fake. Going to the end zone. Brown makes the catch. No way. Touchdown Steelers! Like I said, it wouldn't get any easier this week. There will be a review of this play. We'll see if he did come down in bounds. The feet didn't. But we'll see, did the backside touch the grass? It's a very close play. And the touchdown stands. 7-0 Pittsburgh. How do you answer that? We'll see what the Jaguars have in store. Back to the ground, a dive up the middle, and TJ Yeldon is out to the 32-yard line. Now they go to the shotgun. 3rd and 4, blitz brought, and there's a completion to Julius Thomas. He makes a move. Great catch and run, and the Jaguars are in Pittsburgh territory. In the shotgun. Little read option here, spinning away from Shazier, and still can't get any room. Great option defense there by the Steelers. 1:30 to go in this opening quarter. Quick pass this time, caught by Thomas. Good for about 5 yards. It would be a 55-yard field goal from here, 3rd down. With time, Mason goes downfield, and they're inside the 10 thanks to Julius Thomas, his 2nd big catch of the possession. Here's that ace empty shotgun look they like down here. It's Michael Riley on the reception. They're down to the 2. Can they match that Steeler touchdown? From the pistol. And good coverage on 3rd and goal. Down goes Mason, way behind the line of scrimmage. 12.5 sacks now on the year for Bud Dupree. Both teams now on the board. It's the 2nd quarter. Steeler football, and Bell carries. He breaks a tackle and is stopped by McLean after a solid pickup. It's 3rd and short. Under center, here is a handoff again, and Le'Veon Bell gets the conversion. It's going to be very tough slowing him down today. At the 35-yard line, here is Ben getting it away to Josh Hill. Reggie Nelson missed the interception, and now it's Hill inside the 20. That missed interception turned a 7-yard play into a 50-yard catch and run. From the 15 on 1st and 10, pressure gets there, but Roethlisberger dumps it off. Montrell Sapp inside the 10. So far, not much pressure on Roethlisberger as he goes play fake on 2nd down. Fires end zone, it's knocked away, and he's lucky it wasn't intercepted. 3rd down now. Trips left. Here's the blitz. Roethlisberger hits James Jackson. He is denied the end zone, but it's 1st and goal. Brown slot left. Here is Le'Veon Bell diving into the end zone for the 2nd straight Steeler touchdown. 2 impressive drives back-to-back by Pittsburgh. We'll see how Jacksonville answers. In this game, Mason needs to avoid the turnovers that he's had trouble with these past few weeks. And here's a great pass to the outside and a great catch by Allen Robinson. Facing 2nd down, blitz up the middle, outside for Yeldon, but a good open field stop minimizes that to a gain of 4. Robinson and Lee line up left. Here's the blitz. Mason working to his left outside the pocket and forced to throw it away. Great coverage downfield. We have to watch this one back. Ryan Shazier takes away Julius Thomas. Man coverage across the board. Nothing Mason could have done. 14-3 Pittsburgh, and their offense is right back on the field. Bell up the middle, falls forward after a 6-yard pickup. 38 yards so far on 10 carries. To the air now on 2nd down, and Bell's open across the 40 and stopped by Telvin Smith at the 44. 4:13 to go in the first half. They go back to Le'Veon Bell. He weaves right and takes it across midfield, and now he's getting going. There's a 1st down. Pinching the line, but it doesn't prevent Le'Veon Bell from going right up the middle, and now the Steelers are inside the 25. These last few drives have looked pretty effortless. Fake inside. Roethlisberger has all day, and now he decides to take off. 1st down and sliding near the 10-yard line. The Jaguars need a lot more from their front 4 right now. They can't give Ben that kind of time. To the air on 2nd down. Good coverage, and now Ben chased. He runs inside the 10 and is stopped at the 5 with a flag. We'll see what this is. A legal block in the back. So instead of 3rd and 5 from the 5, they'll back him up to 2nd and 15 from the 15. So on 2nd down, Ben throws it short. James Jackson stops shy of the 10. That time they did get some pressure as well. Now it's 3rd down from the 11. They have the screen. Bell gets his blocks. Touchdown Pittsburgh. Perfect play call. The Jaguars didn't expect it. No one there to stop Le'Veon Bell, and that's 3 straight Steeler touchdowns. The Jaguar offense is going to need to pick it up for the Jaguars to stay in this game. It's 21-3, and here is Emmanuel Sanders, stopped after a gain of 5. They're empty in this possession, 50 seconds on the clock. Mason hits, but finds Sanders. He's racing in Steeler territory. 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Against the team that drafted him, Sanders goes 79 yards to the house. Even with an unblocked defender, Mason stood tall, made a perfect pass. And the Jaguars needed that touchdown as bad as they've needed any touchdown this season. 21-10. And it looks like the Steelers are okay taking their 11-point lead to the half. And so here we are. The Steelers had 3 straight touchdown possessions, and we need to see a much better performance from this Jaguar defense. Last week, the secondary received a lot of flack for their performance. We want to see them make more plays, but we also need a lot of improvement from this front 4, both in pass rush and run defense. Now, the Jaguars had a big touchdown to close the first half. We'll see what they can do to start the second half, as Tavon Austin will give them good field position at their own 36. Starting in the ace pistol, here is a handoff to Yeldon, who makes a move and has a solid 1st down carry. That's just his 6th run of the day. Now they go back to the air. Inside pressure. Mason on the move. Hits Robinson once again, showing off the strong hands. First down in Steeler territory. A trap this time, and a good spin move from Yeldon that allows him to get 5 more. A balanced approach to begin this half. Now to the air. There's pressure, and down goes Mason. It's Stephon Tuitt. Quick pressure that time as Tuitt went through Ryan Cole. After a loss of 7, it's 3rd and 12. Here's the blitz. Watch out! Mason sacked again, this time Arthur Moats. Cameron Hayward wasn't too far behind him. Steelers force the punt. Now can this defense get a quick stop of their own? Ben to the air, puts it up for Brown. He goes up to get it between 2 defenders. At the 33, again passing. Ben steps up, takes off, and a flag is down. He was tackled by Telvin Smith. It is a face mask on Smith, so he went a little too high there on Big Ben. And they get to the 46-yard line now. In Jaguar territory, Bell carries, trying to work off tackle. He gets away from 2 and another one! Are you kidding me? Le'Veon Bell picks up 17. He shouldn't have even had positive yardage. McLean, Brown, and Buchanan all failed to take him down. From the 22, there's a completion to Brian Leonard, and the Steelers enter the red zone. 3 wide set on first down. Good coverage. And time runs out, but Ben gets it away just in time. That was Deontay Nelson on the pressure. 3rd and 9 now. They bring 3. Ben has time, dumps it off to Sammy Coates, and they deny the first down. So there they at least force the field goal try. 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd as the Jaguars take over. Mason to the air on first down. To the outside and a little late as Yeldon had no chance to cut up field there. 3rd down and 8 now. Mason well protected, and there is Thomas for the first down. He's across the Jacksonville 40-yard line. Mason at 195 yards passing on the day, and another quick one here to Julius Thomas, and they're back inside of Steeler territory. Here comes Sanders in motion. Mason back to the air. He's patient and hits Sanders, who has room to run inside the 15. Sanders goes in again. Touchdown. His 2nd of the day and his 9th of the season. He's also approaching 1,000 yards on the year. It's a 7-point game now, and we'll see how the defense handles Le'Veon Bell, who has just gotten better as the game has gone on. And here he is with a lot of running room once again. He breaks another tackle on his way to a 15-yard gain. Le'Veon over 100, now a fake. Ben in trouble. He is sacked. Dante Fowler and Telvin Smith combine this time. They lose 7 yards. Now Jaguars in a zone defense, and there's Antonio Brown, and he gives the Steelers a first down. Perfectly timed pass. The Jaguars give themselves something to work with, and the Steelers quickly erase it. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. James Jackson now with the reception down the middle to the Jaguar 38. Not much to slow down Big Ben today. He's throwing again. Going long this time, and Brown makes the catch for the touchdown. Jacksonville's trying to get aggressive. They need to get after Ben, and they know it. But they can't get pressure, and there's Antonio Brown for his 2nd touchdown. We are in the 4th quarter. It's a 14-point game, and the Jaguar offense has a lot of work to do to keep them in this thing. Look at this throw by Mason, too. Perfectly timed for Robinson. At the Pittsburgh 41, Mason well protected, hits Sanders once again. He's up to the 25. That catch puts Sanders over 1,000 yards receiving. Right back to the air, Mason getting outside the pocket. And he fires to Robinson, who couldn't hang on inside the 10. Jacksonville can't afford to miss their opportunities this late in the game. Here's Mason to the outside as Thomas has another catch. He's been more involved these last couple weeks. From the 12 and back to the run, they have not been very balanced at all this game. And it's hard to down multiple scores where there's a 5-yard pickup. From the 7, Mason dumps it off, and Yeldon has the touchdown catch. And this is again a 1-score game. Mason with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. It's only a 7-point game. Can this Jaguar defense come up with a stop? They send 4, flag down. Roethlisberger hits Josh Hill, and this appears to be coming back. A hold on David DeCastro. Now they had the sack last possession. Steelers made up for it. Here they are backed up again. From the empty look. Firing left, there's Martavis Bryant at the 35-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 6. Jaguars only bring 4. Roethlisberger hits Antonio Brown, who was all alone, and that is a Steeler 1st down. Over 9 minutes to go in this game, and here is Roethlisberger taking off again and sliding up toward midfield. 3 tight ends now, and the Jaguars stack the box. Bell is stopped by Jared Odrick. Great play. Now can they get the 3rd down stop and keep the Steelers out of scoring range? 3rd and 5. Blitz picked up and the catch is made. James Jackson gets the 1st down. 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, and they're in Jacksonville territory. Roethlisberger hits Antonio Brown, and now they're in field goal range at the 25. Less than 6 minutes to play now, and on 1st down it's Bell. Met by Brown and Fitzgerald, and still fighting forward, he gets 6 yards. 21 carries on the day for Bell. Here's 22, and he stood up and stopped by Telvin Smith. Another 3rd down. Can they at least force the field goal try? Again, the blitz is picked up, and Bell converts in the air. Perfect drive so far by Pittsburgh. 3 3rd down conversions. They're draining this clock and wearing down Jacksonville's defense. Bell once again, and the Jaguars are all over him here, not much. They come out in a passing look. Bell stays in. Here's Roethlisberger on 3rd down. Good protection. Roethlisberger unloads to Josh Hill for the touchdown. 14 plays, over 8 minutes off the clock, and the Steelers again have their 2-score lead. The defense just hasn't had an answer. They can't slow down the passing game, and they can't make enough plays. 38-24 and just a shade over 3 minutes to play. A really tough situation here for the offense that hasn't had a poor game, as Lee is out to the 1st down marker. 2:40 left to go, and Mason rolling outside the pocket. Sees a man downfield, it's Thomas! Big gain inside the Steeler 35. They're trying to act fast and give them a shot. 3:47 now in the air for Mason. From the pocket, a strike downfield to Keyston Holiday. 26-yard gain. Trying to quickly get into the end zone. They get the play off before the 2-minute warning. But there's nobody open, and Mason is forced to get rid of it. We are now inside 2 minutes, 2nd and goal from the 6. From the empty shotgun, Mason hits Marquise Lee for the touchdown. We're back to a 7-point game. Can they get the onside kick? Give the offense another chance. Brian Anger bounces it, and it's picked up by Sammy Coates. But they do have all 3 timeouts. If they force a 3 and out, they can also force a punt. From the 46, it's Bell. Working to his left, shedding a tackle, 1st down. He's still going. Le'Veon Bell, 15. He's out of gas, but still reaches the end zone. Unbelievable. This offense can't get any help. Bell on one play goes in from 46. Odrick missed the tackle, and he was not the last. We see 2 more misses. Solomon trips over those who missed. What a mess. We are back to a 14-point game with even less time now. On 1st down, Mason dodges the pressure, buys some time, now throws it up deep. It's Yeldon! It's not over yet! Touchdown! 79 yards on one play. Nataki Mason says, hold the phone. We have a chance here. What a play for Jacksonville. They get another onside kick chance. Can they recover it this time? Here we go. Bouncing into the hands of a Steeler. They get this one as well. The Jaguars do still have all 3 of their timeouts. Bell on 1st and 10. And there's another good push up front that allows Bell to get about 8 yards. Hill the motion man, Bell carries to the right and stopped by Sergio Brown. If they can force 4th down, it's a 51-yarder from this spot. But Le'Veon Bell runs up the middle and runs the Steelers to victory. 45-38. What a game this was. We all knew that after the way the defense played against Houston last week, it was going to be an even tougher game against the Steelers. And that's exactly what it was. We allowed even more points, 45 today, and again had no answer, whether it be pass rush or great coverage in the passing game. And it was an even tougher time against Le'Veon Bell, who had a couple ridiculous runs thanks to a lot of broken tackles. I thought the front four did a very poor job in this game. The offense, however, didn't start out great, but they found their way. Long touchdown passes from Nataki Mason helped them get some offense going. They scored 21 in the 4th, and Mason ends up with a career high 459 yards, 5 touchdowns, no turnovers, and the Jaguars lose. That's unbelievable to me. Again, the defense is going to receive a lot of blame. There was one bench player that did stand out to me, and that was Deontay Nelson, who had 3 pressures on Ben Roethlisberger, and I think 2 hits. They were both, there was 2 at the end of the first half, and there was 1 in the second. And I think he's earned some more snaps moving forward. And I could really shake up some things along the D-line and the rotation moving ahead, as the pressure hasn't been good enough, and the run stop has been poor the last 2 weeks. I just can't believe Nataki Mason wins AFC Offensive Player of the Week with that stat line, and we lose. Now next week, we again take on the Houston Texans, so not a whole lot to say in the preview here. We just played them the week prior. We all know what happened. Cooper Hankins was great. Nataki Mason not quite as good, but this time, Nate Bell will be playing. After 4 games, Nate Bell returns to the action, and we need him to bring a big boost to this defense. The Texans have an injury, with Doug Martin missing the next 7 weeks as he suffered a broken hand this past game, so they will start Danny Woodhead in his place. With Nate Bell healthy, I have released Robert Alford, who only played 3 snaps, and I have signed Spencer Paysinger just to add some more linebacker depth. He was on our team last year. Now we move on to the prospect preview for this week, and we're going to look at some draft stories. We could use some pass rushing help. Well, here is Parker Brown, who is surging up draft boards after a 2-sack performance to end his career. And there's Darren Reeves, who won the Heisman after dominating as a receiver and a cornerback, so a 2-way player. And here are their top 3 skills. Darren Reeves will enter the NFL as a wide receiver. He has good hands, he has good release. I wish I knew his route running, but it looks like our scouting says he's a little bit overrated. And here is Parker Brown, who's also an overrated prospect, and he has good size, hit power's nice, tackle and pursuit, but I don't see his block shedding, I don't see his power move or finesse move, so probably not somebody I'm going to target. That is it for Week 14, and to close this episode, we are going to just look through a few of the key players, as it was requested last episode in the comments, that I show some of the ratings for our key players, as they obviously have received rating boosts throughout their careers here. So here are a handful of players, but that is it for Week 14. Thank you all for watching. I just can't believe the way this defense has dropped off without Nate Bell. It wasn't as evident the first couple games when the secondary wasn't tested as much and the front four played better, but now we need Nate Bell to provide a big impact, and we'll see if he can do it. We have never beat the Texans in this series. Can Nate Bell help change that in Week 15? Keep in mind the Texans are 8-5, so if they win this game, they own the tiebreaker and are the first place team in the division. Basically, whomever wins this game will have the best shot at taking home the AFC South crown. That's it for Week 14, guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, comment below any feedback you have, and subscribe. I will see you guys in Week 15 on Sunday. Have a great day.